The Marvel Cinematic Universe finally returns to the big screen after being forced to take a more than year-long break. Within that time though, we've gotten not one, but 3 excellent MCU shows, with Loki still ongoing as we speak. All that is to say that fans of the MCU have still been getting their MCU fix these last couple of months. So with Black Widow, what many of us are no doubt hoping for is a reminder of what sets these MCU movies apart from everything else. But does it mark a triumphant return? Or is it just a simple case of too little too late? Hi guys, Michael Abayimi here, and today I'm reviewing Black Widow. Set following the events of Captain America Civil War, the movie finds Natasha Romanoff on the run following her reluctance to sign the Sokovia Accords. It also traces her origins as a former KGB agent, most of which plays out over an opening montage. She is soon forced out of hiding and back into the spy game though, when an old acquaintance reaches out to her out of the blue. Now she must confront the demons of her past, while being haunted by a deadly assassin that seems to know her every move. I confess that I was never really that keen on a solo Black Widow movie, especially coming this late in the overall MCU. And my skepticism didn't exactly wane in the intervening time we had to wait following the film's delays. So you can take everything I'm about to say with a grain of salt, and believe me when I say that your mileage may very well vary. But I honestly believe that this is one of the weaker movies we've gotten in the MCU thus far. This is not to say that the movie was bad, just that it doesn't quite reach the same heights as the movies that came before it. My main issue with the movie then stems from the very nature of its narrative. The fact that the film is a prequel immediately removes any sense of tension or urgency. We already know what happens with Natasha Romanoff in Avengers Endgame, as well as the role she had to play in Avengers Infinity War. So any threat she goes up against in this film gets instantly diffused by that knowledge. And the events of the movie itself ultimately adds nothing new to the MCU or any of its characters. All that said, the film still delivers what the MCU does best, some truly jaw-dropping spectacle. The set pieces are some of the very best I've seen in a while, even though the action was of the leave your brain at the door variety. Because we've got to remember that these aren't superheroes in the true sense of the word, at least save for one character, so watching them perform superhuman feats can feel a bit jarring and over the top. But if this is precisely what you came for, then rejoice, because this is precisely what you get. Another highlight of the film was the Stellar Ensemble. Scarlett Johansson throws all her heart and soul into the role, but she is easily outshined by both David Harbour and Florence Pugh, both of whom provide much of the comic relief in the film. It is a shame we can't offer the same praise to the two villains though, both of which felt weak and terribly underdeveloped in comparison. And for anyone wondering, the film does have a post-credit scene, but it didn't feel like much more than an ad for one of the upcoming Disney Plus shows. Black Widow is not the epic swan song fans of Natasha Romanoff might be hoping for. Neither is it that great of an origin story. What it does do well though, is remind fans of the MCU why they love this character. The film attempts to marry the spy thriller trails of Captain America Winter Soldier with the kind of family drama and hijinks you expect to find in the Fantastic Four. And while the two don't always gel well together, the film still manages to do just enough to justify its existence. I'll give the film a 6 out of 10. Will you be checking out Black Widow in theaters on Disney Plus? Let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed watching this review, and subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on if you'd like to see more reviews like this in the future. And until the next one, this is Michael signing off.